See Family Records. Learn to find your family in the 1790 census. What can be found? Homes, head of household, age, gender, race, and slaves. The 1790 census did not have a standardized form. The census takers would write out the column titles at the beginning, but usually did not rewrite this at the tops of other pages. The images found in this presentation can be found on Ancestry.com. The information in 1790 is sparse, but we can learn about the location of homes, names of the head of household, a little about the families, and a few other facts. The next few pages show some of the different census pages at the top of the page. Since no form was provided by the government, each county created their own. This is Jamestown, Newport, Rhode Island. These examples show that it is often difficult to read the column titles, which makes it difficult to figure out what the tick marks mean for each family. This is from Waterloo, York, Maine. This is from Brookfield, Fairfield, Connecticut. This census taker simplified the column titles. It is a little easier to read than some of the other column titles. Name. This is an image of the names of heads of household in Jamestown, Newport, Rhode Island. The names are listed in the order the census taker visited each home. Name. This is an image of the names of heads of household in Jamestown, Newport, Rhode Island. The names are listed in the order the census taker visited each home. Name. This is an image of the head of households from Waterboro, York, Maine. This census taker created 6 rows to list head of households on one page and wrote out the column titles for each section. It is important to look for similar names. People with the same last name and listed on the same page are usually related. Nicholas Carr, Sam Carr, and Ebenezer Carr. Daniel, Peggy, and Peleg Whedon. Joseph and Mary Underwood. Sometimes women were listed. Usually it was because they were widows and left as head of household. This is an indication to look for wills for their husbands, as these women were left with property to become the head of household. This is from Jamestown, Newport, Rhode Island. Peggy Whedon, Mary Underwood. Census takers often abbreviated names. The census taker in Spartanburg, South Carolina, abbreviated many names. Benjamin, Samuel, Francis, William, and Nathaniel. Occasionally you will find military titles in front of a person's name. This is a hint to look for military records. Colonel, Captain. In Northumberland, Pennsylvania, the census taker for some reason listed Peter and Charles Dougherty on the same line. They likely are living in the same household and both had families. They are likely father and son or 2 brothers. Military. Spartanburg, South Carolina, Colonel John Neffett, Regiment. The number of persons within my division consists of 8,800, as appears in schedule hereunto annexed and subscribed by me this 10th day of May, 1791. Note the 1791, not 1790. Dan Wright, Assistant Marshal. This page was interesting because it gave the captain's name and then a total of all the families under the captain, including females, other free persons, and slaves. The families are enumerated on the pages that follow this page. Note, I did not list military in the beginning because this is not a regular part of the 1790 census. Home. The town the people lived in was usually only listed on the first page of that town. If it is not on the page your family is listed on, you will need to look for the first page to find the town name. Spartanburg County, South Carolina. Newport, Rhode Island. Brookfield, Fairfield, Connecticut. Age. To the left is a section from Northumberland, Pennsylvania. There are only 2 columns that give us an idea of age, and it is for the white male. All white males above 16, meaning they were born 1774 or earlier. All white males under 16, born 1775 to 1790. John Rarick has 4 males above 16 and 1 male under 16 living in his household. From this we can guess that John is older and has 3 sons just above 16, probably in the range 16 to 24. He also has 1 son under 16. More records are needed to learn about this family. Here is a comparison of the 1790 census and 1800 census from Michael Grove living in Northumberland County, Pennsylvania. 1790 census, there is 1 male over 16. There is 1 male under 16. There is 1 female, no age given. 1800, there is 1 male, 45 and older. This is likely the same person. There is 1 male, 10 to 14. This is likely the son from 1790. There is 1 female, 26 to 44. This is likely the same person. There are 2 females. It appears that Michael had 2 daughters between 1790 and 1800. Age. This note was found at the beginning of Northumberland County, Pennsylvania. See page 37 for man 109 years old. On page 37 we find John Murphy, age 109. We do not learn the name of each person, but we learn how many males and females are free white persons living on the property. Males, females. Race. There are few distinctions for race. White persons, all free persons. Slaves, which were usually referring to black persons. 1790 Census Challenge. See if you can find the following: where a family lived, a relative in the 1790 census, a person with an abbreviated name or title with their name, a family with slaves. The end.